What's up, guys? Welcome to another exciting episode of Heart in the Paint podcast, where in this episode, we're talking about Captain Marvel updates as well as a lot of big Marvel Studios updates right now on Heart in the Paint. Let's go. Welcome, true believers, to Heart in the Paint podcast. If you are new to this channel, if you love Marvel, DC, comics, TV, film, everything that goes into all those topics I just said, please hit that subscribe button. Or if you are listening to us on the Anchor app, hit that favorite button. At any time that you love the content that you're doing, hit that thumbs up and hit that like button. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get on into this new episode. Okay, guys, before we get into this content, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Now listen to this. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? Of course you do. Thousands and millions of people do. When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find background music? How hard will it be? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all those other places people like to listen to? Where do I find advertisements? All these questions came. The answer to every one of these questions is really simple: Anchor. Anchor is one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free, guys, and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So if you're always wanting to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start. Again, anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community that is growing of podcasters already using this app, Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear from your podcast. All right, so let's get into it. I'm Justin with Heart in the Paint podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are a Marvel fan, please consider subscribing to this podcast. You can find us everywhere that podcasts can be heard, as well as on YouTube. So if you find us anywhere on that, please consider hitting that sub button. All right, so a lot of Captain Marvel and Marvel Studio news that has happened over the past week. And one of the things that I have been talking about is the reviews of Captain Marvel. Now, I was kind of hesitant to kind of hit this early. I wanted to wait until I put any kind of episodes out, guys. So I was very, very skeptical about hearing these reviews because I've been getting mixed reviews. But now we have official released news. No spoilers here, so don't worry about it. But there are some updates I want to bring to you guys, okay? So a couple of things here. We've been getting great reviews on the Captain Marvel film, especially for the actor Ben, the Big Ben Med that plays Talos. I don't know what Talos. I don't know why I'm not saying Talos. I mean, he steals the show. We have a lot of reviews. We can kind of read them verbatim in a way, but we're going to review some of them here. We'll read them, some of them here. Captain Marvel is a great origin story. Bree's buddy cop chemistry with Samuel L. Jackson is so much fun, and her relationship with Lynch is the real heart of it. And Ben, the Big Ben Man, and the cat both steals the show. So there's a plethora of them, which you can find, I'm pretty sure, on social media. But a big shout out, I always shout them out, is MCU News and Tweets. Some big updates they've been given, so please go follow them, shout them out on Twitter. So you can find these reviews here. But some big news, guys, probably one of the biggest news I want to bring to you guys is that Captain Marvel official will have confirmed 2 post-credit scenes. Now, if you guys remember, we have talked about this already. We've talked about potentially what could be these post-credit scenes. Now, one of these already scenes, I'm not saying necessarily in Captain Marvel, but between Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame, just innocent plug right here, the reason why I moved and restructured these episodes and put the giveaways, because we're always giving away stuff, we're putting it at the end to make sure you guys listen to our episode, okay? So but we have giveaways all the way at the end of the episodes. So with that being said, we've already know that there is one post-credit scene between Captain Marvel movie or the Avengers Endgame movie that is going to be the Eternals post-credit scene, okay? We already know that's confirmed, but being that Captain Marvel has 2 post-credit scenes, here we are going to get into some theory crafting, okay? Now, every time we get into theory crafting, we have to put a spoiler warning, because if I am true, then that is a spoiler. So, being that we're not getting into the Captain Marvel spoiler territory, because there's not official spoilers. These are just kind of theories, okay? If you're new to Heart in the Pain, we do this a lot. So here is some theories of the 2 post-credit scenes. I think, and now there could be a good chance that Eternals will be in the Captain Marvel post-credit scene, being that 50% of the movie is cosmic. Okay, 50% of the Captain Marvel movie is cosmic. It's going to be in outer space. And what better thing, being that the origin story, they're going all the way back into the 90s. It's weird to say that, but going all the way back into the 90s, that it's a great transition point to bring Eternals or introduce the Eternals, okay? So I really think that one of the post-credit scenes, now again, could be totally wrong, 100% wrong, but I think one of the post-credit scenes of Captain Marvel will be the Eternals, sorry. And I think the second post-credit scene of that is just pretty much a connection into Avengers Endgame and how Captain Marvel will be transitioned in there, or if not Captain Marvel with Endgame at all, just an Endgame post-credit. That's pretty much it, saying if it be Captain, I remember, what movie was that? What movie was that? I'm trying to think. Maybe it was it was Ant-Man, the very first Ant-Man. When it was Captain America. It was Captain America, the scene from Winter Soldier, Civil War. It was the one with Captain America and Falcon. And he was like, hey, Cap, Ant-Man was nowhere in that post-credit scene, so it could be an Avengers Endgame. So I'm calling it the 2 post-credit scenes for Captain Marvel will be the first one in the Eternals post-credit scene, as well as the second one, the last one, which will be at the end of the credits probably, is an Avengers Endgame, being that we are a couple weeks right after the release of Captain Marvel. In a couple weeks, we're getting Avengers Endgame. So that is my update with Captain Marvel. Again, if you're just joining, 2 post-credit scenes, which is confirmed. Now, hopefully you guys have checked out the new Captain Marvel. Spot relates to the origins of other MCU heroes, which is Iron Man, in Captain America, and Thor. So hopefully you guys have checked that out. That's an amazing trailer here. But another update here I want to bring you guys, and we'll end it here, is that there will reportedly be a tribute to Stan Lee at the beginning of Captain Marvel. So for all you people that tried to wait the last minute to go into the movies and go, hey, we got 15 minutes before. The biggest things are the trailers. The biggest thing is the trailers. I've been a movie head and film head ever since I was a kid, and you don't want to miss those. Now, if you're going to a bad movie, okay, we can do that, but you don't want to miss this tribute to Stan Lee, and I'm really excited to see that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Those are all the updates that I have for you that I think is something worth going over. So we do have so many things that are coming out, the toy leaks and all those kind of things, but I don't want to overflood this channel with stuff that is pretty much can go by and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, thank you so much, guys, for listening to Heart in the Pain podcast. As always, we did have some technical issues over the past couple weeks with Anchor, but we are working that stuff out in all the distribution. But thank you so much for your faithfulness. At any time, guys, if you are following us on different podcast outlets and you don't see any kind of updates, you can always revert back to the YouTube. So thank you so much for all your faithfulness, guys. And now it's time to get into the giveaways. Guys, we are still giving away that Oh Snap Thanos shirt. To be entered to win to that, you have to just be a subscriber to the podcast. That's it. Any outlet. And if let's say you're going to Spotify and you hit that subscribe button, please comment on our social media outlets and say, hey, I have, subscribed to that. So to enter the win. the Oh Snap Thanos shirt, and you can see them on our Instagram. We're pretty much heavily on Instagram, so you can just find us on Instagram at Heart in the Pain Podcast and follow us. And also the big one, we are giving away Avengers Endgame movie tickets to subscribers, and enter the win that you have to be a subscriber to our YouTube channel. So please go to our YouTube and just find us, subscribe us, like this video, comment, tell me what you think about it, and hit that notification bell. That's pretty much it. So all those giveaways we are doing, and we're going to be giving away more and more stuff. Also, we are still doing that comic book club, guys. This month we're going over Jonathan Hickman's Infinity, so make sure you guys have been reading that, and we were going to put out a video where we're going to be breaking that stuff down on the YouTube as well as on the Heart of the Pain podcast. So we're going to be bringing that around a round table and just kind of breaking that down. If not that, it'd just basically be me. But also, we're just putting out new marketing. We have next month we are doing a tribute as well as an honoring of comic book creators and artists, and we have just officially released I keep on saying but March 23rd at 1 p.m. we're going to try to release the episode around 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. We have Jason White. We are excited to have him, and he's basically one of our first actual guests like this kind of caliber, and I'm really, really excited. And we have a couple of artists that are coming in March to interview them and just basically join us and hang out with us here on the podcast. So really, really excited about that. Jason White has been the artist for Z-Day and has a couple of projects coming out. Really, really excited just to have this kind of caliber artist on the podcast, because again, we honor comic book artists, and we know how it's a huge market, but also a huge market to get into. So we honor that person there. So Jason White is a good friend of mine. We have done industry work on the set of, I believe we met when we were doing a production with, Michael B. Jordan production. So if you guys don't know that, there's a lot I put out there that, I work in the industry as well as I have my own company where I do work in digital media and all that stuff. So I'm always kind of sharing with you guys. But again, thank you guys for so much faithfulness into the channel, listening to us, sharing, liking, and all that good stuff. I'm just excited just to do all this crazy things for Heart in the Pain podcast as we are growing. And again, I know we haven't been releasing so much commercials here, but we are getting we are getting closer. We are getting closer to the April, where not only Avengers Endgame is releasing, but our audio series event, Season 1 of The Edge of Oblivion. So I'm super excited about that. And Jason White is actually one of some of the voice acting in this audio series. So really, really excited for this project, and be releasing commercials really heavily in March as well as into April. So, all right, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys taking time out of your busy days to hear me rant as always. I'm Justin with Heart in the Pain. Stay awesome and stay blessed, guys. Found his last variable of the anti-life equation, but it's not what he thought it would be. He discovered that it's a person he needs, but this person doesn't exist in this universe. In this journey, he and many other heroes and villains alike will discover and unlock universal secrets that have been hidden for so long, and these secrets will bridge the gap between two universes. This is The Edge of Oblivion, an audio and crossover fan event like you've never heard before. Marvel Universe, DC Universe, all in one story, coming April 19th, 2019.